Thank you, Werner. Good morning, everybody. I'd like to make that sort of what has been said before about resources and opportunities quite tangible through two studies we conducted for the European Space Agency. So one was urban, and there we looked at sort of main infrastructure or main elements, categories we would have on the moon. So we would have sort of infrastructure, we would have machinery, long duration goods, and on-demand items made from feedstock, as Jerry said before, but also things we bring from Earth, so consumables. And then we'll have to see, okay, how can we create a sort of a circular loop in the way we live, so that we can use our resources, recycle them, maybe also find opportunities to create completely new products. When we look at sort of these categories, and you see them here on the right-hand side, then you see that in different phases of exploration, we start with sort of survivability phase with maybe 2-week short duration stay, and then sort of extended to an operational base where we have a continuous presence on the moon, that all these different, in these different categories, different parts, different elements are more or less critical. So you'll see that over time, you'll have an increase of more and more elements in these categories. And in that particular study, we also looked at 3D printing, how to create this kind of circular economy using 3D printing. And we have identified as examples 4 main printing technologies. That was the electron beam additive manufacturing technology, that was solar sintering, that was sort of a ceramics-based, lithography-based ceramic printing for smaller parts in goods, and filament printing, everybody knows. So with you have all those 4 possibilities, technologies, you can already create a lot of these elements. And to also really make it sustainable in the long run, in the next study, we looked at how can we sort of connect all these elements and parts, and what has been used, where are sort of the parts we have to rebuild, to reprint, and how does it tie into a logistic system, and also how can it inform mission, sort of the actual mission parts, so that we don't have sort of a delay on EVAs or something like that. That's why we sort of created an Internet of Manufacturing Things, tying all these resources, elements, goods together, and that was part of the SMARTY project. And with this, I think I leave it to our next speaker. Thank you.
Bravo, Barbara.